We are now leaving North Cascades National Park, and we're gonna head towards Leavenworth, which is like a kind of basically a fake Bavarian town in the Cascades, on our way to Mount Rainier. So yeah, and then after Mount Rainier we're going home, but we'll stop a few places in Oregon on the way there. So yeah.
That was the second one here.
So that was Sauk Falls, S-A-U-K. It's off the mountain loop, off of Forest Road, off the mountain loop highway, which isn't much of a highway because it turned to dirt and it has a lot of potholes in it. So if you're gonna try to go out here, you should probably make sure you have high clearance, or else you're gonna be going really, really slow. I mean, even in the Jeep, we're going really slow. Whoa. That's why you don't film while you walk. But yeah, we're on our way to Leavenworth. So, yeah. Oh boy, I'm tired.
Bells.
And now that we've hiked up to the ice caves, we're gonna continue on our way to Leavenworth. Well, after we have some lunch out of the back of the Jeep.
We can. For before dinner? You want to try that restaurant that they were?
that is definitely a tall mountain. It's just one massive glacier. So we're here at Sunrise Point in Mount Rainier National Park. But yeah, look at that. That mountain is massive. But there's a lake down there that you can't see anymore. But yeah. I'm not quite sure what that peak is, but it could be Mount St. Helens. The one that blew up in the I think it was the 80s. All of these are just massive volcanoes, so. Wow. Nice temperature up here though, compared to down below. Based on my map, I actually think that's probably Mount Adams, not Mount St. Helens, so. They all look the same, they're all volcanoes. With lots of snow on them. So now we're here at actual sunrise, which there's a visitor center's over there. Over there, there's apparently a snack bar in there. But yeah. And the Big Arse Mountain up there. Quite impressive. We're now on the highway through Chinook Pass. There's a lake right here. I think this one's Tipsu Lake. But it's right off the road. Over there. We're heading to Packwood, where our hotel, the Cowlitz River Lodge, is. So, yeah. That's what we're going to do. And tomorrow we're going to go to Paradise, which is another part of Mount Rainier National Park. We are now heading to Silver Falls off of Stevens Canyon Road. During the week, Stevens Canyon Road is closed for construction stuff. But on the weekends it's open, and I'm sure it's really crowded. But you are allowed to drive up to the, up to this parking lot, which is like right by the entrance to the road anyway, so. And because the road is closed, we have to take a longer way around. But it's not to get to Paradise, but it's not super much longer anyway, so you take what you can get, I guess. Squirrel. No water. We're now in the Paradise section of Mount Rainier. You can see it right here. We're gonna hike the Skyline Trail, which is arguably the most popular and most famous trail in the park. Goes all the way up there, and yeah. Should be cool. It's very impressive. It's not as icy on this side as it is from the sunrise side, but it's still pretty darn icy. These hills are absolutely ridiculous. Jeez. This entire trail is like just continuous uphill. It's kind of ridiculous. And Mount Rainier is obscured by these trees, but jeez, it's massive. It's honestly quite crazy. Oh, we're still not even close to being at the peak of the trail, or the highest point on the trail, so yeah, that's a really tall mountain. Lots of ice, and I got a fly or a mosquito on me. Damn it.
You waiting? We're just taking.
It's okay to be tired, and it's okay to say.
360. That's where it starts. That's where it's running, I guess. Pretty short little.
You can see one of the bridges we crossed on the road up here. Oh, I think right out there is Mount Hood, and Mount Adams is right around the corner, and that's St. Helens. Here's a panoramic point where all the people are. And people scared of squirrels.
Which one of these were you claiming to do? This one?
Oh! District.
Yeah, that's up there.
Those people look like they have really big backpacks.
There's actually people up there on that ice field right up there, which is kind of crazy. And earlier we heard this like very loud, like almost cracking sound or boom, because there was ice falling. But it's so big that you couldn't even see where it was. But I'd imagine it's somewhere along the sort of central glacier there. Pretty crazy. Nice and muddy. And people, a whole bunch of people put their hands there. Look at all those hands. Handprints. That's... I don't know what the heck that says. It says Deutsch. I guess Germans were here. in the parking lots. Just around the corner down there, that's where we're parked. So we have to make it all the way down there. You can just see Mount Adams just barely creeping over the mountains right there. Kind of a freaky bridge. Is Myrtle Creek Falls. It's just a very famous one, hence why it's so crowded. I think people just hike up to here sometimes instead of doing the full loop. We're here at Reflection Lakes. Not very reflective right now because of the wind, but so we drove several, like, I don't know, 30-40 miles on dirty forest roads with some pretty insane potholes. So, but we're on our way towards the Columbia River Gorge to go to Multnomah Falls. But that's Mount St. Helens over in the distance. We have now reached the Columbia River Gorge, and we're going to cross over the Bridge of the Gods right here to Cascade Locks in Oregon. And then we're going to go to Multnomah Falls. So, but you can see one of those freight like ships running through the river, because this is one of the few navigable rivers by ship on the west coast. The only other one that I know of off the top of my head is the Sacramento River in California. So, but you can see that it looks like a whole bunch of the trees are dead. I don't know if it's from a fire or, like in Rocky Mountain National Park, there is a whole bunch of the trees have been knocked out by this one particular species of beetle, so maybe it's something like that. I'm not sure which, because it could very well be either. But yeah, and from here it's basically almost all freeway. So yeah, we're on our way home.
Find out how much acceleration they'll have. Well, maybe you can have my hand on it. And it was like 9 pages of just like saying words at you.
Now we're walking across this bridge on the historic Columbia River Highway towards Latourell Falls. And I have no idea what the heck those people are doing. So we're gonna go to Latourell Falls, and then we're gonna go. Our end goal today is to get to Wairika in California, which I don't know how far it is, but it's fairly close to the border with Oregon. So we may stop at Silver Falls, which is further down the state. But we have to drive through a lot of agricultural areas through the Willamette Valley. We are home in Southern California. We have been for like 2 months now. It's October and this was filmed in August. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed our trip up to the Pacific Northwest. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And click the notification bell to be warned of new videos.